on one of the top 5 teams in the conference, the Minnesota Golden Gophers. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth, as always, by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's tee this one up. UMass will kick off and we'll be underway. On the run from inside his own 5. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. So Minnesota's offense will go on the attack first. And for their sake, they better hope they've solved some of the turnover and protection issues that just plagued them in a nightmare of a game last week, David.
It was not a good performance, and this offense has got to grow. It's got to get better, and they've got to find some ways to move the football. They've got to throw the football, but we can't turn it over. Just those are the critical mistakes. More games are lost than won, and last week, too many turnovers for this quarterback.
Well, they just had too many negative plays and too many turnovers in that game to win. They believe they've got the dudes offensively to win games so long as they stay on schedule. When you're going backwards and you're giving the offense on the other side more possessions because you turn it over, that's a recipe for disaster, and that's something they have to be able to avoid in this game.
Tackle is made at the 44, but he picked up 10 yards and enough for a first down. The Golden Gophers come to the line with a new set of downs. They'll try the run, and the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. They got nothing on the last play at 2nd and 10. Softened him up with a run, and now to throw. Unleashes one deep. And the incomplete pass taking a shot on 2nd down, and they'll be left with a 3rd down.
And as an offense, you want to stay aggressive. You want to keep calling these downfield shots. I know you didn't complete that one, but you want to send a clear message. You're trying to take the top off this defense. You keep calling downfield shots. You soften up the coverage. You get those safeties playing deep. That's going to open up your running game later on.
And the Golden Gophers line up to punt it away. He ought to be able to use this first punt to pin him deep. First one of the day is on its way. Didn't see a lot of him in that loss last week, only called on once. So UMass offense will try to get something going with their first possession. As we take a quick look at the impact players for today's game, what players did you guys look to for motivation to make an impact during your playing days, Jesse?
Well, it was the guys we relied on each and every week. We came into the season expecting these types of guys to be our biggest weapons, and every week those were the guys that had to deliver for us in order to have some...
Oh, he's got some space. They finally get to him. The one play there to pick up the first down. UMass quickly back to the line.
And as soon as the receiver caught the ball, you saw the quarterback start communicating to his teammates what the next play was going to be, because they're now changing the tempo and going fast.
Bringing the heat. And the defense gets home. Yippee-ki-yay at 35. UMass just trying to get some of that yardage back here on 2nd down. Wants to go up top. Makes the grab. It's Bullock. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks. Just shy of midfield at the 47. The defense needs a 3rd down stop. He's looking to throw. They've got the screen set up. Quick step and go. 3rd down conversions are huge, and they've got one, and they're at the 35.
Great job, too, by the QB there, holding the ball as long as possible, allowing the pass rush to get upfield, and at the very last second, getting it to his guy so that he can go get the first down.
He lofts it high and deep down the left side. And they won't be able to connect downfield, looking for a big-time play. Backed up now, here's 2nd and long. Leaves it with the back. Breaks the tackle. And a good, solid pickup there before the defense knocks him down. The Minutemen come to the line on 3rd and short. Off-play action. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
We're already in the first quarter, but already you get the feeling this could be a long day for this this QB. He's already been sacked. He gets hit right there on the incomplete throw. They've got to find...
He's got it. First down and more. Got enough to move the sticks. First down from the 17. From the gun, leaves it on the inside with the back. And he's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage by the big defensive tackle. Second down, he'll throw it. Got it! And he was thinking 6, but that D knocks him down at the 2. UMass lines up with a first and goal. Corners right up on that line of scrimmage. He pushes it forward all the way to the 2-yard line. Now on second and goal. Tries again to get it in. Going right back to the well, and this time he finds water. Gets it into the end zone for the touchdown. They get set for the point after as we have the first score of the game. If you're able to move the ball in a drive like that, the most overrated stat in football would be field position.
Agreed, and I think confidence is big right now after that last drive. To be able to flip the field like that, not just do it, but go down and score a touchdown. Running and throwing. For this offense now moving forward in this game, that last drive is going to pay big dividends.
He's going to lose a yard on that one.
Well, there was just nowhere to go for the runner on that last play. Just way too much penetration up front, and as a result, they lose yardage.
Back to pass on second down. Just a little bit too much juice on that one as the freshman was taking a shot. They've got to come up with a big play on this third and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Fires on the move. And it's gone. He's got first down yardage across the 50. They'll mark it at the 49. The Golden Gophers want to crank the tempo.
Man, if I'm a defense, I got to find a way to get some more pressure on the quarterback or disrupt their timing and their rhythm. I can't give them these big chunk plays through the air. I got to be maybe a little bit more aggressive or do something a little bit different.
And the Golden Gophers can really attack on this second and short. Makes the grab. Now he's got it all the way down to the 21-yard line, and they are threatening on first down. The Golden Gophers are moving quickly down the field. They just keep firing. Quarterback now on the run, still looking. He'll take a shot. And he'll take this into the end zone, but hang on just a second. Flag down. Let's see what this is about. Maybe a momentary scare for that offense when they saw the flag. It's on, the defense declined, and the touchdown stands. And they did tack on the extra point. So that was a 6-play, 75-yard drive. They're ready to kick it away, and this crowd is buzzing after that last score. And he takes this from inside the 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, that they get him on the ground at the 20. Leaves it with the back. Quick spin on the ride. Got to be smart, patient, great vision. Uses all of that to get to the 29.
The offense has a little bit of success on the ground, and they're up. Look at them. They're ready to go again. Back on the line of scrimmage, ready to run another play.
He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. UMass now faces a third and short. Off the RPO, fire right, trying to convert. He's going to have enough to pick up the first down as they stop him at the 33-yard line. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Reads it, fires complete. There he goes. And how about that? What the doctor always ordered, an explosive play to the 40. As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. Wants to go up top on first down. Got it set up on the outside. They throw it in reverse as that's the final play here in the first period. only through one. These quarterbacks have been lighting up their stat line. They fought to a standstill in the first. Let's see who gets the edge early in the second. Back to pass. Sets up the screen. Oh, he got loose. Gets him down at the 26. Big play there. Give him 15 yards on the gain, and they move the sticks.
A nice passing game by this offense. The quarterback and the receiver on the same page, in time, in rhythm, creates the big play. And look at them. They're right back on the football, ready to run another play.
Makes the catch. It's Reinbold. Got some room, headed to the goal line. Gets out of bounds after the big play, and they'll be set up in business with a first and goal. The Minutemen were penned deep in their own territory, but now they've got a little breathing room. On the ground. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. After getting knocked back, it's second and goal from the 4. And the defense makes a play, sacking him back at the 10. UMass quickly back to the line. They believe in their running game on third and goal here. He's going for the goal line. And he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, UMass.
Another rushing touchdown. That's now 2 on the game. This offense thought they could come into this one running the ball, being the more physical team, and they look like it right now.
They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. That ball scoots through the back of the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. Minnesota has it back, and the Gopher offense is headed onto the field. They find themselves trailing by a touchdown and a chance on this drive to even the score. Quarterback adjusting the pattern. To the air on first down. He's going for the big play. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have held on. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. There's the pressure. Intercepted, and the defense has set him up. He goes down after the short return, but what a play to get the football back. Great place to start for this offense. Looking to throw on first down. Bought a little time, lets it go. That's caught. It's Knowles. And the defense had that one well covered, just a short gain there. DB's right up on the receivers. It's a draw. Fights off a defender. Pulled down after a nice run, and they're in the red zone at the 19. They've moved it to the 19, first and 10. Right back to the well. Tough, determined run, gets it down to the 12. Going to work on second down in the red zone, and still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. From the gun, the ground game. And he never had a chance, just stopped cold as soon as he got it. Trying to move the sticks on third down through the air. Fakes the grab. He's going to come up a couple of yards short of the first down. They'd hoped to be able to pick up enough after the catch, but a good stop leaves them with a fourth and short.
Really good job by the defense being physical, understanding the situation in the game. The ball's going to come out quick. You know that.
Touchdown, Minutemen! A great catch and run for 6.
And I like this offense. I like watching it, man. They find a way to make plays and spread the football around. But I tell you what, I think this QB has an eye for this guy because that's 3 TDs now in 4 games. He wants to find him to make plays, really starting to trust that receiver out wide.
He'll start the return inside his 5. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. The Minnesota offense is headed back onto the field. Now we'll get a chance to see if they can answer that last score, trailing by 14, Jesse.
Yeah, and at this point of the game, I feel like offensively, you should go back to what's been working for you in this game. Don't be afraid to dial up plays that you've already had success with, running it and throwing it. It's okay to repeat plays down 14 at this point.
And I would also say, Palmer, kind of understanding that my defense is not playing great, so I know offensively I got to put some good possessions together here, make something happen on this side of the football.
And the Golden Gophers headed quickly to the line.
Who says in the RPO pass game you can't throw anything vertically downfield, right? Doesn't all have to be screens and throws at the line of scrimmage. There's a good example of a quarterback pushing the ball vertically downfield after the play fake to the running back.
The Golden Gophers in a good spot here with 2nd and short. Off the play fake. Quarterback extends the play. He's got his man, makes the grab. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down.
For you coming into this game, if they throw completions and get first downs, that's when they like to change up the tempo and go fast. You're seeing it here.
Just a Barishnikov-like move on the sideline to tap that toe and get the first down.
All right, defense, you got to turn the page. Just gave up an explosive play through the air, but here comes the offense going quickly. You got to get lined up now, get ready for another one.
Using his legs to buy some time. And they dialed up a shot play, but they couldn't make the connection. Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Wants to throw again. Here comes the heat. Pressure is on the way, and the pressure has arrived, and down he goes at the 30. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, no secret what he needs here. He's going to take off. His defense fully aware that he can run. They stop him after a short gain. And they decide to trot out the kicker. This might be a little easier if it were straight on, but a 43-yarder from the right hash. He just barely got enough of that one and just barely kept it straight enough, too. That cuts into the deficit. It's now 21-10.
Man, so many more times we're going to say, go for it, be aggressive. Nice to have a guy you can depend on, and you know you're putting 3 on the board. Nice kick, nice job.
Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. They'll run the RPO and fire to the right. Breaks into the open. And he gets it to the 45-yard line, and that'll be a first down. UMass hoping that big run will give them some momentum. Coming out on first down with the play fake. Slips away. But now he's swallowed up, and he'll be knocked down for a loss on the trick play. This offensive line has just been unable to keep them away from the quarterback. Now it's 2nd and long. Finds the tight end. And they pick up just a few on that completion.
I think that time offensively, you're just trying to take what the defense is giving you, right? They're playing zone coverage. You got your big fella just working right over the ball. It's an easy pitch and catch. Just take the profit. Let's keep going.
UMass has a long way to go here on 3rd down. Looking to throw, and he needs a bunch. Fires to the tight end. He stopped short, and it's 4th down. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. They punt it away on 4th down. And no chance for the return man to get his hands on that one as it hops out of bounds. Wants to adjust the pattern. First play of the drive, wants to throw. A strike downfield to the 43-yard line, and a first down for this offense. And the Golden Gophers racing to the line in the hurry-up. Timeout called by the defense. It's their first of the half as they'll make some adjustments. Now on first down from the 43-yard line. Looking downfield on first down. Pass job of coverage by that defense. Just a short pickup. We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and a score on this drive would do wonders for their confidence. Looking to fire. He'll loft one deep down the left side. Slippery slide. Find his way and ran away from the crowd into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota.
Man, I tell you what, that passing touchdown, man, that should spark this whole team. Like, the comeback is more than on now. Like, they got the touchdown. They cut into the lead. You want to get a stop and go into the half, get all the juices, all the excitement, and be like, listen, the passing game's rolling. We got this. The comeback's in full effect.
They're set to kick it off, and this crowd now ready to get behind them. From inside his own 10, let's see what he gets. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. The Minutemen going back to work on offense. They come to the line for the first play of the drive, snapping it from the 21. They'll have another opportunity to extend this lead after punting last time, David.
And it's important to put that punt behind you. It's over. Let it go. Get back to what you were doing that built this lead.
Yeah, and defense, obviously, they won a few downs that last drive, so you got to put them on their heels here. Maybe mix up a few personnel groupings and try to show them some pictures they haven't seen yet.
Second down, they'll go to the air. Got it in the middle, it's Knowles. He almost picked up the first down on that one, but he'll be just a little bit short.
Well, this offense has come out slinging the pill. They are throwing it. They're trying to be aggressive. We're only in the second quarter, guys. Already, this guy has over 200 yards passing.
Caught close to the marker, it's Bullock. They'll keep this drive moving by picking up the first down. They have it at the 36. Use the play fake, now to throw. He lobs one high down the left side. And it was worth the gamble, but the long pass is incomplete. What will they dial up on second, and a long way to go? They'll throw again after the incompletion. Pressure is on the way, and the pressure has arrived, and down he goes at the 30.
Man, this offense, they gotta find something. They gotta get in the rhythm somehow. So far, no success, not protecting the quarterback. Really, the only good thing I can say so far is they haven't turned the football over.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. He tosses one high and deep down the left side. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch. UMass will line up to punt it away. Return's going to get it up around midfield. He'll be down at the 49-yard line. So let's see how they play it in this final 30 seconds of the first half. Quarterback making adjustments. He'll start this drive firing. He'll pull it down. Nice run there. Picks up a few, and they'll force him out of bounds.
And that's a missed opportunity by the defense, because if this quarterback is going to decide to run the ball, you have got to make him pay. You at least have to hit him and put him on the ground. I know they didn't give up a big, long, explosive run, but you got to get shots on.
Going for it all. They took a shot at the end zone, and he almost picked it off. It'll be third down. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. Wants to throw on third. He'll take another shot here. He can't find his man, and the clock stops with 6 seconds left. Just enough time to get off one final play of the half. On fourth down, looking for the completion. He's not afraid to go deep. Touchdown, Golden Gopher! They wanted it all, and that is exactly what they got.
What a huge play, and that just goes to show you, man, when this guy is covered, he's open. Final play of the first half. I think everybody knows where the ball is going, and still, they can't stop him from hauling it in the end zone, giving his team the lead on the last play of the first half. That was huge.
He's in there. It's good. And how about that to end the half? Touchdown on the final play and the two-point conversion for good measure. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin and our halftime update.
Guys, it is hard to beat Minneapolis when that town is buzzing as it is today. And this has just been a passing clinic, really, by both offenses. They've effectively stretched these defenses, forcing the secondaries to cover every blade of grass, and they've still racked up big plays. Man or zone, pick your poison, or lay some blame at the feet of those pass rushers who can't do anything against the maulers on that offensive line. With that said, let's send it back to the guys at Huntington Bank Stadium.
The Golden Gophers will boot it away to start the second half. On the move from inside his 5. Able to find enough room to get it out across the 25. He's brought down at the 26. The UMass offense returns to the field. They ought to have some confidence based on that first half performance, but they certainly can't let up in a game like this.
And I think this possession is really, really important. And I say that because they had a lot of success, but they're still losing because the defense can't stop anyone. They need to set the tone here in the second half.
And it's exactly that, David. You got to create momentum here early in the second half.
Turning it on! He's showing it all, the juice, the jets, the moves, and he's got it down to the 16-yard line. Power football with the run. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. UMass quickly back to the line. Rides the back and leaves it on the option. Pulled down at the 11-yard line as they inch closer and closer to pay dirt. Really need to pick up this conversion and avoid having to settle for the field goal. On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. Makes the grab. Touchdown, UMass! And with that one, they jump on top here in the second half. They score for the big fella here. Why are tight ends so effective in the red zone?
Well, these aren't the guys that are going to burn by you and go for 70 most of the time, but when you can use their big-bodied frames, threaten them to run the football and be a blocker in the running game, and now you slip them in the secondary, make that big play.
Looking for an alley from inside his own 10. And he'll be brought down after a solid effort on that return. Minnesota has it back, and the Gopher offense is headed onto the field. That's reeled in. It's Prescott.
I love fullbacks that can catch the football. These guys aren't just blockers. They're not just smash-mouth players. But these guys, they've got some finesse to their game and some soft hands to go with it.
Can't make the connection, and the defense putting on the heat and forcing the incompletion. We'll see if they go back to the air after the incompletion. It's 3rd and 5. Quick completion on the out route. He steps out of bounds, but he's got enough for a first down. And the Golden Gophers come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Give to the single back. Pass the sticks, and he may get more. Big play for this offense as they get it to the 32. This offense absolutely humming as they come to the line again. Well, the quarterback can make a big play when he starts moving around. Dumps it to the back. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
We know about this running back's versatility, and he's made some plays in this game so far, catching the ball. That time, though, he had no shot. Defender bearing down on him. They're able to get the hit and make sure it falls incomplete.
And he's brought down after a nice gain. Down to the 18-yard line, it's 1st and 10. Now from inside the red zone. Oh, he's got some space. He'll step out of bounds at about the 11.
And this This is the hard part about being on defense and choosing whether to be conservative or bring the blitz. They bring the blitz, he sees it, and that's what he does really well. Sees it and immediately makes a decision, gets to some green grass, and gets a positive game for this offense.
He almost punched it in for 6. They'll get him down at the 1-yard line.
Second and short is a great situation to be in. And look at him. He drops back to pass the football. He doesn't have to throw the football. He wants to be aggressive, but he can just take off and scramble. Doesn't have to take a chance. Great.
And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Minnesota.
First and goal. You know what's coming. They know what's coming. Can you stop it? And you can't. Pound the football straight ahead. Get in for 6. Nice job by the big fella.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. The Minutemen going back to work on offense. They saw what happened on that last scoring drive, and now probably feeling a little bit of heat to answer. Sweet cut there. Makes the stop at the 32, but he picks up 10 on that play. UMass quickly back to the line.
And the offense with a nice run, breaks off a little bit of run, gets a first down. Oh, and here they go again. First down, you've seen this. They like to go fast.
He's knocked down a couple of yards behind the line of scrimmage. UMass just trying to get some of that yardage back here on second down.
I got to be honest, I am shocked at just how well the defense has played in this game, especially stopping the run. We talked about statistically how they've struggled this season, but they have put the clamps down in this one, and they're just playing with a ton of intensity.
And this QB is dialed in. You've already seen the passing ability to make plays down the field, but how about this? Running the option as well. The diversity in this offense, really hard to stop, and he's having a day.
Defense came into this one knowing they were going to see some tempo. They've got to get the call from the sideline.
It's a fumble. And the defense jumps on it. They get that turnover.
Nice heads-up play by the defense to jump on that ball after he got popped down.
The Minnesota offense is headed back onto the field. Really good balance on that last drive. They mixed it up all over the place, Jesse.
Yeah, how nice, too, to have the defense on their heels, because at this point, they don't know what's coming at them. They had problems stopping everything that last drive did.
So I think this defense would come back with a little more aggressiveness. I mean, they let them have what they wanted. Now they got to dictate to this offense a little bit more.
And it'll be incomplete. He got on the move trying to make something happen, but just couldn't find a man.
I love the decision by the quarterback. He found the open man, just don't love the throw. Got to be a little bit more accurate, make it easier on your target.
Rolling, throwing, looking right. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers.
This game just feels so different than it did in the first half. After that incompletion, now setting up fourth down, they only have a one-possession lead. Things were looking so much better earlier in the game. They're going to have to get it together throwing the football if they want to win this game.
They're throwing for it on fourth down. Converts on fourth down, and he's still going. Touchdown, Golden Gopher. Once he got a step, it was all over, right to the house. He has been surgical, precision passes, using the scalpel, the fine instrument, rather than the blunt one.
And the defense has had absolutely no answer for him. Just, he's been down their throats all game long, a step ahead, understanding what he's seeing, and just destroying this defense.
Here's the return from inside his 10. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. The UMass offense returns to the field. That last fumble proved to be costly as they cashed it in for a touchdown.
Yeah, and so this defense now is juiced. They're excited and ready to go. So this offense, David, they've got to get something going.
Yeah, those turnovers can be contagious, man. It gets you excited, and then when your offense takes it down the field and does something with it, this offense better be ready to play against a motivated defense.
Got it in the middle. It's Reinbold. Breaks free. Touchdown, Minutemen. And once he got away from the D, they had no shot at catching it.
Really nice job working the route and getting himself open. He was able to locate the football, snag it out of the air, and this guy now has 5 receiving touchdowns on the year.
And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Hey, guys, just wanted to give you a quick update on a game happening in the Big 12. Cincinnati is currently up big right now in a game they'll be talking about in the Queen City for some time. They're up by 21 over Kansas State. For now, it's back to you fellas, but of course, if anything changes from Big 12 country, you'll hear about it here.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. So now it's 2nd and long. Just a short pass to the tight end.
I like the idea by the quarterback there. You're trying to get this first down, so you find the tight end, see if he can make a guy miss or shake a tackle. Not able to get it done.
On 3rd down, he drops to throw. And the incomplete pass will bring up 4th down. The Golden Gophers send out the punt unit. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. He'll field the punt and try to make a big play. The solid return there offsets some of the punt yardage and really sets up this offense nicely. The Minutemen going back to work on offense. They took it down the field for a touchdown the last time they had it, and now an opportunity. There he goes. Lots of green grass as he gets it to the 31. The Minutemen picked up a chunk on the ground. Let's see what they do here.
Well, the defense just had to chase that guy down and make a tackle after a long run, and no chance to substitute. They got to get the play call in because the offense is trying to go fast.
And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. UMass just trying to get some of that yardage back here on 2nd down. Got a man, it's Knowles. Found a little bit of room to operate, but he'll be stopped just short of the 1st down. The Minutemen come to the line on 3rd and short. They'll try to pick it up on the ground. They thought they could just run it on 3rd and short, but this defense was there to make the stop.
Well, after the tackle now, that sets up 4th and 2. And these offenses, they practice for these types of situations. It's not like they just have quarterbacks sneak in their back pocket for 4th and inches. They've got plays designed to go and get this, David, so it'll be interesting to see if this offense wants to roll the dice.
Yeah, and most of the time, I'm rolling the dice. I'm going to be aggressive. And as a defense, you also know that, too. And you're ready. You're not caught off guard by offenses nowadays going forward on 4th down.
Lowers those pads. He pushes his way down to the 4 as they get closer and closer. Now it's 2nd and goal. Looking for room. It's Turbin. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, UMass. Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. Follow the blockers. The offensive line will take you to the hallelujah land.
And I tell you what, most of the time, Reese, it requires a little bit of skill to find that hole and, slither through a little crack. That was not a crack. That was wide open. Didn't take a lot of vision because the blocking was outstanding.
And he's able to pick his way through the traffic nicely for a good return on that one before he's brought down. Minnesota has it back, and the Gopher offense is headed onto the field. They'll christen this drive from the 28-yard line. Last time they had it, didn't pick up a 1st down. Let's see if they can put something together here. Picks up the 1st down, still moving. They corral him out of bounds, mark it down at the 38, and this offense might have something going. Off the play fake on 1st down to throw. He hurls one deep down the left side. And the shot play downfield falls harmlessly to the turf, and we've played 3 quarters. And you want to talk about his favorite receiver, it might be everybody based on the number of guys getting touches and a chance to show off their hands in the passing game. When you're dealing with a deficit like this, it's all about somebody stepping up to make a play, and you might as well start here in the 4th quarter. They had a chance to mull things over. Let's see how they start the final period here on 2nd down. Throws for the tight end. And he makes it just a little too slippery in the hands. Now facing a 3rd and long. Quarterback making checks. 3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Makes the grab.
A nice job of awareness on defense there on that 3rd down. You know, you're expecting the offense to throw the football, but it's not just going to be receivers or tight ends you got to worry about. You got to keep your eye on where that running back is. They knew exactly where he would be, and they were able to make the tackle setting up 4th.
On 4th down, they'll try to throw it. Fires to the right. Converts on 4th down. Still going. Well, they just drained all the suspense out of the 4th down conversion, moving the chains easily.
What a big play in the 4th quarter when you're trailing and you need it.
Looking for the end zone. Almost intercepted. They took a shot on 1st down and just about turned the thing over. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on 2nd down. Looking to throw again. Throws to the back. And he was looking over the middle and couldn't make the connection. It'll be 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Unloads it left. Another incompletion on 3rd down.
It's so nice when you know it's 3rd and long, you know a pass is coming, you worked on it all week, get your feet set at the sticks, understand that quarterback's got to be rushed, get him off of his spot. Nice execution by this defense.
On 4th down, they'll pass for it. Throwing right. It's picked off, and that's number 10. Not a lot of room on the return, but he'd already gotten the most important thing, the ball, and they have it at the 46. The UMass offense returns to the field. And they've got a little bit of a cushion here, David. If they can add to it on this drive, it would be nice.
And it definitely...
He's got it at the 25. What a play there, and he rips off a big one all the way to the 16-yard line. Looking for a physical attack from the gun. And this one will be stopped for no gain. UMass quickly back to the line. The give. Stopped at the 13-yard line as the drive continues. UMass to the line facing 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Snags it. How about the zip this junior put on that ball to pick up the 1st down? This offense not only has a chance to extend the lead, but they can also drain that clock. They'll keep it on the ground for 1st and goal. And he gets it back to the 4-yard line and no farther.
Great team defense on that run play. Everybody doing their job. People winning their one-on-ones, D linemen staying in their gaps, linebackers and DBs filling. You just can't do it better.
They'll keep it on the ground to the left, stiffing the goal line. This time they stop him behind the line of scrimmage, and boy, that has been rare in this one. Wants to fire it in the end zone on 3rd and goal. Touchdown, Minuteman! Fitted in the window for the score. They extend the lead here in the 4th, and after stumbling early, about to push their record to 3-1. And with the extra point, the lead is a dozen here in the 4th.
You know, quarterbacks and receivers, they develop confidence and chemistry as the game goes on. These two right now are definitely on the same page.
Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. The Minnesota offense is headed back onto the field. Under fire. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be 2nd down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Right on the money.
Man, it's so important when you play QB. I got to know when to put some air on it, and I got to know when to rocket that thing in there. Work in the middle of the field. He knew he needed the rocket. Threw it in there. Great job, great catch.
trying to make magic on the scramble. He gets the job done, picking up the first down, then getting down. And the Golden Gophers come to the line with a new set of downs.
And they're going to need a lot more of this to get back in this football game. They're trailing. They're trying to make plays. I like the decision-making of the young man, though. Don't force the football. You already got to make big plays. The defense knows it, too. Nice job pulling it down, scrambling, getting the first down. Now you got to keep it going.
The Golden Gophers with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving.
I think if you're the head coach at this point, you're telling your offense, it doesn't matter what's happened up to this point of the game. Obviously, things haven't.
He puts a lot of air under it down the sideline. And it's incomplete after taking a shot on 2nd down. They're staring at 3rd. And the Golden Gophers come to the line on 3rd and short, trying to keep the drive alive. They'll try to bully their way for the first. That'll get the job done and move the chains, and they'll mark the ball at the 45.
Yeah, and this offense, listen, we're in warp speed, right? We got to score a bunch of points here. We're down. We're trailing. We got to go fast, but we also got to get first down. That's a nice job sneaking in the run, getting the first down, and now we crank the tempo back up.
The Golden Gophers will hustle to the line. They'll go to work in the air on 2nd down. And they can't make the connection, and it could get worse. A penalty flag on the field, and it's in the holding zone. Let's get the call. We'll repeat the previous down, but this time the offense has 10 more yards it has to cover. They're about to snap it for the 7th time on this drive. To the air on 2nd down. Rush is on him. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down. This will be the 8th play of the drive, but a great opportunity for the defense to get. Oh, he's ready to take a shot. And trying to put points on the board on 3rd down. Now they're staring at 4th down. They'll leave the offense out there to try to get it past the marker and pick up the first. On 4th down, trying to find his man. Going back to the well, another deep ball. And it's picked off for the 3rd time today. Picked up a few extra on that return, but what a play by this defense to get the football. The Minutemen going back to work on offense. Gives it on the option. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. Going to swing it on 2nd down. Finds his man. It's Reinbold. Breaks into the open. And he's brought down at the 40-yard line, and that'll be a 1st down. He just keeps piling up numbers with completion after completion in this standout performance.
And I think some people might say late in the game, you got the win, everything's in hand, be a little bit conservative, or
he's got it inside the 30. Touchdown, UMass. Once he got some room, it was over. They're now in really good shape to get back into the win column as they extend the lead here late.
Salt into wound, right? Late in the 4th quarter, you can run the football, run this game out. No, sir. I'm going to continue to pad my stats, find my receiver out wide, and give me another touchdown.
The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. This will not be returnable as it sails out of the back of the end zone. They'll run this play from the pistol. Looking to throw on 1st down. Forced out of the pocket. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete. They're dealing with a 2nd and long. Wants to go up top. Plenty of time in the pocket, and he'll sling it out to the left. And it is another interception, just a